Hey everybody, it's me, Jake, from Jakin.Off. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. This week, we are joined by a very special guest, a funny comedian, and a funny friend of mine. Give it up for Aaron Scarbrough, everybody. Let him hear it. It's Aaron. He's here. And you can find Aaron on Instagram at bad.aaron.scarbrough. There will be links to Aaron's socials in the description of this. And yeah, make sure you check out Aaron's show Judgment Day on September 17th. It's going to be awesome. Mm-hmm. It's going to be great. We're going to love it. As always, follow this podcast at J.O.F.Pod. And if you're watching this on YouTube, give us a subscribe. We got new episodes every Thursday. So if you like what you hear, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe to us. God, I really hit a Donald Trump there for just one word. And then I couldn't get it back. But this week, we're not talking about Donald Trump. We're talking about another D word. And it starts with a D, and it's the Dems. We're talking about Democrats and how awesome they are. How much me and my friend Aaron love them. Mm-hmm. And the good work that they're doing to prevent this country from devolving into a fascist authoritarian state.
Fun ep.
And that sigh is indicative of what you can kind of expect here. I feel like we had some pretty funny moments in there. But again, the backdrop of that is incredibly depressing. So,
and by backdrop, he means bread.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what the episode's about. So I hope you enjoy the episode and have a good listen.
On September 11, 2001, terrorists hijacked 4 airplanes. They flew 2 and 2, the World Trade Center in New York City, and 1 into the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. The 4th plane crashed into the Pennsylvania field on September 11, 2001.
He's just like a DNC guy. And they were paying him, right?
Yeah.
They were like literally paying him?
He was in that article by Taylor Lorenz or whatever.
Yeah.
But to be fair,
People
I did not
hate
read the
Taylor
article.
Lorenz, and I don't really know anything about her either. I've read like some stuff that she's written, and I'm like, this seems like pretty straightforward, like reporting this guy's getting paid by the DNC or whatever. Maybe that was exactly what I had read.
I don't know actually a lot about her, but
People on the right hate her.
Yes, well,
Right-wing people hate
she
her.
came to most people's attention last year, like when Luigi happened. She made some insensitive remarks about oligarchs.
Yeah, she insinuated that maybe their actions had something to do with it.
Yeah. Victim blaming.
Yeah.
Victim blaming.
She asked what the CEO was wearing.
Yeah.
And it turns out it was a Rolex.
Yeah.
Something very expensive.
Dude.
He was like the Romanov children. He was wearing diamond laced like clothing. Do you guys know that about them? The Romanovs, the children of the Romanovs who were murdered by the
Bolsheviks.
The Bolsheviks, yeah. Which I mean,
I'm the
it's one of
audience
those
proxy.
things-
Pretend I'm an audience member, listener
yeah,
who doesn't know
it's-
what you're talking about.
It's one of those things. Well, so when the Bolsheviks overthrew Russia, they had an emperor before that.
Yeah, and we're talking like what
And
year? You know, for those
This
who
is
don't know.
like 1907, 1909. I mean, like
It was
they.
1999.
Yeah,
Same year The Matrix came out. I remember it well.
yeah. It was right before Putin took charge, and no, they overthrew the Russian emperor, and they detained him and his wife, and eventually they killed him and his wife, and then they killed the kids. You know, controversial decision killing the kids. I think that a lot of the people at that time felt like they didn't have a choice. Necessarily, I think that they viewed it as a situation where if these kids were still alive, there would always be this threat of like monarchy returning, and there would be people that folks could support that would want to make them serfs again, which I can understand why they wouldn't want to be serfs again.
Yeah.
So it's one of these things where it's like killing kids is wrong. Like there's no, I don't think that there's any, I don't necessarily think that I can think of any situation where killing kids is good, but
Baby Hitler maybe is
Baby Hitler, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
we might have to be serfs again. I'm just saying I could understand where somebody is coming from maybe in certain situations. But all that to say, when they killed these kids, they were still wearing their clothes, and they had their clothing had diamonds sewn through them, and so they were trying to like stab them and stuff, and it was like not working. They weren't able to kill these kids, and there are like accounts of it, and it's very brutal, like because now they're like killing these kids in like really graphic ways in front of each other, like at the end of their lives. So it was pretty fucked up. And you know, now that I remember the rest of the story, I do think that it was bad. I do think that they should have done that.
Yeah.
But I don't know what we brought that up. How we got to the diamond encrusted clothing. Oh yeah, the CEO.
It sounds like mithril.
Yeah, exactly. It's like mithril.
They had mithril?
The CEO was wearing mithril when Luigi shot him.
That stuff's tough as dragon scale.
Yeah, and super expensive.
And very lightweight.
Yeah.
ninja wear or whatever, right?
Mithril?
I don't know.
It's from Lord of the Rings, dude.
I need to read.
Are you
more,
kidding
man.
me?
Don't-
Well, or watch a movie that's like your favorite thing. You know what? It's the first weekend of the NFL season, and Brett, dude, I did a bunch of fantasy drafts, and Brett hated it. You guys actually are kind of together on this one. You guys are like, you guys are both kind of like these sports ball guys. Yeah,
I'm not
like,
that
you guys are like,
disrespectful.
no, yeah, I love, the NFL sucks because everybody's murdering and beating their wives and stuff like that. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, well, you like music
Right.
and movies, and nobody in there is doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't
Brett
know.
just loves Harvey Weinstein. I've been accusing Brett of loving Harvey Weinstein to defend myself from liking football.
Oh, well.
Just the ones he
Yeah,
produced.
I'm like,
obviously.
Brett only loves you. I'm like, Brett, you think it's weird that I watch football? You love Harvey Weinstein movies, dude.
Well, we're all doing what we can to stop anti-Semitism.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think that there's much I can do about it. I've come to the conclusion. I've sat and I've thought about all the different things that I could try to do to stop anti-Semitism, and I think the only thing that I can think of that I could maybe help do to stop anti-Semitism is liberate Gaza.
Yeah.
And I think that would maybe.
Or you could support Cuomo.
Yeah. We're
The
gonna get
the
into that.
Italian American.
We're going to talk about Andrew Cuomo today because, as I've already told you, I don't usually tell guests what we're talking about first, but I figured it was probably appropriate to give you a heads
Little
up about
inside
this
baseball.
one. Yeah. Most people are coming in blind, but this week we're talking about the Dems. We're talking about the Democrats because I think that and Brett and I had kind of chatted about this. We felt like it was kind of important because I do a lot of talking about conservative people on here. And I think that inherently creates this picture in somebody's mind of like a Republican. But in fact, I think a lot of Democrats are conservative. I would lump them into the term
Yes.
conservative. And that is
definitely
oftentimes I'm talking about them too, because when we're making fun of people who are maybe committing fraud or are scamming people out of their money or something like that, or trying to convince people to like invest into like the mortgage market with credit cards, that kind of
Completely
shit.
rational stuff.
These are things that a lot of Democrats are like, well, yeah, they should be. You should be allowed to do that, or like this should be okay because I like this.
I benefit from this.
Yeah. They're like,
Yeah.
I actually love doing this too, as it turns out, because I'm the same as those guys, pretty much. Like that's not the entire Democratic Party, but it's a big chunk of it, which is a problem for me. So that's what we're going to talk about today.
All right.
And to start off, though, we're going to cook a little bit. And to start off, we're going to talk about where we are now, because, like I said, this is the first week of the 2025 NFL season. Just to give you a date here, it's September 11th. I wish it's September 7th, and we're getting things have gotten weird and things have gotten bad. Brett, go ahead. We're gonna play the first clip. This is just sort of a little intro. This is of Comedy Overlord and Donald Trump's personal propaganda czar, Joe Rogan. And this is a clip of him with Tim Dillon today, as a matter of fact. Or not today. This was this week. So this was just a couple days ago. Roll it, Brett.
Goes wacky like Tim Walz.
That's
Did
right.
you see where he had a fuck Trump shirt on?
Yeah.
And he's dancing and going down an elevator? Have you seen this video?
I haven't seen. Please play it.
You go full screen on
Is
this.
that really this
Yes?
him?
It's real. Yes, it is. No, it's real. I love it. It's real. It's not real. It's got to be real.
It has to be real.
It has to be real.
Jamie,
come on, man.
Jamie's compromised.
Look at him dancing.
I mean, the
That is so real, Jamie.
By the way, if this was real, he might have won.
It's probably a real person. It might not be Tim Walz. The fuck Trump is AI generated.
No, he slaps his ass.
I mean, that is hilarious.
Oh, it's definitely him. This is all 100% real, Jamie. You're a plant. Does it say that it's AI?
I mean, yes.
You say it's AI.
No, the video.
Everybody says
the
it?
video I played on top says it's AI generated.
I fell for it too. And you know why I fell for it?
Yeah.
Because I believe that he's capable of doing something.
But that's
that
his
fucking-
essence.
He's so weird.
Because you're an old man, dude.
yes,
I don't even want to call you an idiot. You're just a fucking old man. Like, and
This is the most popular man on the internet.
yeah.
This is like the most popular guy in media right now. Is literally arguing with his own producer about whether or not something is real when he's telling him that it is. Whoever even made that flagged it as AI. So the person.
Because you have to put you
Yeah.
have to put
I
that
don't know
on
that you
Facebook and stuff.
I don't know that you have to. I'm sure that there are people who get around it all the time.
I'm sure. Yeah.
But they did, and it's clearly not Tim Walz. Like Tim Walz would not, even though I'm sure that Tim Walz is out there doing something very cringe. He would.
I don't even know that he is. I feel like he's out there like eating Salisbury steaks or something. Like he looks like I've always thought that Tim Walz looks like one of those little Shriner guys at the parade.
Dude,
Like,
you're exactly
he,
right.
He looks
actually.
like
Oh
the only
my
place that
gosh.
guy belongs is on a miniature, fucking in a sidecar.
Yeah, in a.
And I loved how the Democrats, whenever they put forward like a new champion, like they always they do everything in their power to just make it happen.
Yeah.
You know, and even
what
though
they
when
do-
there's no steam behind someone like
Yeah.
that. But people were so stoked for about a week about Tim Walz.
Dude, yeah, no, what they do is they're like, okay, you're going to say one slightly edgy thing that is going around on Twitter right now. You're going to reference the fact that JD Vance wants to fuck his couch and everybody's going to love it. That's going to catapult you.
They're gonna lose their fucking
We're going to win the race. And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, dude. Like, nobody actually cares about
This
you
is the one,
saying.
Tim. This is gonna make everyone forget
Dude,
Kamala is a police officer.
You know what? I fucked up. The one thing that I left out of here, it's okay. We can just kind of talk about it now, is the Gavin Newsom tweets that have been happening. So that's,
God.
dude, this Gavin Newsom has been tweeting
They're
in the voice of Trump and has been like doing this kind of stuff. And I'm like, bro, people are being like, isn't it
We need
so
to
refreshing?
shut this the fuck down right now.
so bad,
Don't
dude.
even think about it. I mean, not that I'm gonna vote
If
for any
somebody-
of their fucking ghouls.
Yeah, but if
uh,
somebody else was doing this, maybe maybe it would be like funny, but the fact that it's Gavin Newsom, I'm
Do
like,
you
dude,
think
this
these
is
people
not good.
though, like obviously, and there's a
Zoom in,
difference,
Brett.
but there's a difference between these two. But do you think these people like Cuomo, like, does he actually think people love him?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yes, I think that they're egomaniacs. I think that that's like the primary. I'm just giving you a chance to finish coughing, Brett. No, I'm gonna cut it out from the audio. Oh, perfect. Yeah, because you have your own mic. Okay, we're doing really well around here. I think that they're all egomaniacs. I mean, I think that that's the exact reason why Joe Biden didn't drop out of the election, or in fact not even join the election and say, hey, I'm not running for a second one.
Yeah.
Like, and it's pure ego, dude. Like, these people get in power and they get a lot of money, and it clouds your decision.
There's
like,
something about me
any
that-
amount of money will make people, like, if you're getting money for, being like a politician especially, but really anybody who gets paid for what they're saying should be like you have to heavily scrutinize where that money is coming from, I feel like, to like have or like heavily scrutinize maybe the impact that might have on what you're saying. That's the big knock on Joe Rogan, is like that this guy is clearly like being led around by his cock by whoever will grab it, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, he just gets yanked around by his dick all the time by these billionaires and stuff.
Yeah, and he just he's so much like a little boy in the just in the way he just like he has like his heroes and he just wants to emulate
It
them
is
and whatnot.
true, yeah.
Like he's
That's so funny.
He's like collecting daddies like all the time. Gotta get them all.
He does want to make them proud, dude.
Yeah.
It's like and that's so funny because his whole, like, one of his sort of things is that he didn't have a dad growing up. Like, his dad wasn't around. His dad abused his mom and they left him. And you would think that like this would maybe be something that was impactful on him, like, damn, like, my mom left my dad because he was abusing her, like, and it made our life more difficult. This gives me perspective on like how tough it can be for regular people. But instead it has created like a hole in his heart that he's trying to fill with Elon Musk and Donald Trump.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Joe Rogan is a victim. But
poor
like,
Joe Rogan.
But also, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel bad. Like, I watch these videos by Too Lazy to Try on YouTube and Elephant Graveyard all the time. They're so great,
guys.
but they're so mean that
dude, I would not be able to.
It
What are
makes
these
me-
videos?
They're like essentially like documentaries, but more like expose kind of, or like think pieces about Joe Rogan that are like very they're very pointed, and they make a lot of really good points, and they're also pretty funny too.
Yeah.
Like, they're like pretty humorous and
Like,
and
well researched.
you can
and
tell
stuff.
a lot of times you can tell that like these people, because they're very popular too, that these kinds of like comedians like Joe Rogan, or they do them on Bert Kreischer a lot too, dude, or what's his face, what's that guy's name, Brendan Schaub, who recently dyed his hair blonde. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw a new clip of him where he was talking about how Mom Donnie couldn't bench press 135
dude.
pounds.
Yes, and
I saw that.
that's I saved that too, because we're going to talk about the Mom Donnie bench press thing. It's all fucked. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, and the reason why I'm showing this clip of Joe Rogan, you might be thinking to yourself, well, this is a conservative person. Like, this is somebody who aligns with the Republican Party specifically. What do they have to do with this? I'm just using this as an example of like, this is what you're up against. Like, you are up against a guy who is being fooled by AI videos and is like too dumb to like really even like admit to himself, it seems like, that he's easily tricked or that he's like kind of lost a step.
Yeah. I think his body language and like his lack of confidence, like when things get tricky like this, like
Yeah.
he's wearing his heart on his sleeve. He is in over his head, and he doesn't know what he has done.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. Like, even though I know that none of this, he will never know my name. But because like I've watched those videos and like felt bad about it. Like I don't want to hurt his feelings.
He's getting piled on a lot right now. But I think he deserves it. I want to hurt his feelings.
I have
think that
$35 right now, and I don't want to hurt Joe Rogan's feelings.
I actually have even less than that. And
Yeah.
you can have all of it, Joe. I'll pay. Dude, sue me. Sue me. I hope Joe Rogan sues me. That'd be the best thing that could happen to this podcast. If we got sued by Joe Rogan. He's like, he was mean or something. They very well might try to copyright strike this podcast because we played that clip, though. They do that a lot. We might have another Fall Out Boy situation.
Oh God! If we lose a whole episode because of a fucking
because of Joe Rogan
less than 1 minute
copywriting
clip,
us. Yeah, for real.
but
Dude, so one thing that was left out of that clip is that Tim Dillon was like, well, they shouldn't have even picked Walz to be the vice president. They should have picked Josh Shapiro, which is crazy to me.
He said that
Yes,
seriously?
he said that sincerely. Like, he was being like, it's matter of fact, which doesn't make any sense because we were just talking about this, and this is, I feel like this is pretty verifiable now, that the Democrats lost the election to Donald Trump because of Gaza. Like, a lot of people abstained or voted third party. And even though that maybe, or some people even voted for Donald Trump, like in some instances, because of the complicity of the Biden administration and
Yeah, they were the
meaning
ones doing
Kamala
it.
Harris, like, in committing a genocide, that they didn't vote for him. And, I didn't do that. I didn't make that decision. But genocide is one of those things where, like, I can understand why that would be somebody's line. Like, I can follow why that would be somebody's line. And ultimately, it's their responsibility to be responsive to voters. They had the data. They knew what was happening, and they refused to acknowledge it. And instead, they thought that they could go right and peel off voters from Donald Trump, and they couldn't. They
Yeah.
couldn't do that. That didn't work. They threw immigrants under the bus. They threw trans people under the bus because they thought that they could appeal to Trump voters, and they can't. And they couldn't, and it didn't work, and they left.
Well, that's the thing about liberals. Whenever it's time to compromise, they're talking about compromising with the fascists. They're
Yes.
never like, let's compromise with the
Yeah.
commies or whatever.
Yeah. And that's ultimately what has gotten us to this point where Joe Rogan is scared for his life because he really did influence an election.
Yeah.
And maybe, I'm not even saying that I think Joe Rogan won the election for Donald Trump, but like we were talking about off air, Donald Trump doesn't go on Joe Rogan because he doesn't think he's going to get anything out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He knows that it's a valuable spotlight to have on himself. And I think that he also knows that Joe Rogan isn't going to push back on Donald Trump very hard.
No.
Because that's not what he's literally known for the opposite.
yeah, it's not fucking Walter Cronkite. Like, come on.
Yeah, and even Walter Cronkite, kind of a shill.
Yeah.
Bit of a shill. But
Did he work for CBS? Was that?
Yeah, he worked for CBS. I think he actually worked for Unilever and Spotify, just like Joe Rogan does.
Isn't it weird how Joe, like, you would think, like, did Joe Rogan just wake up one day and, like, has he started to put two and two together? Like, oh, all my friends are CIA agents. Did that just come out of nowhere for him?
Dude,
What's up with that?
I think that
Weird coincidence.
Hang on a
Yeah.
second.
yeah,
Wait, your friends aren't?
Joe Rogan has been blinking in a weird pattern on all of his podcasts lately. I wonder if he's trying to tell us something in Morse code. Jamie is in the CIA. Jamie has a gun. Jamie is pointing a gun at me the entire time we record the podcast.
Yeah.
Dude, no, it's for real. Like he's sort of a definitional useful idiot. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I think that it genuinely is like a matter of him not realizing it or realizing it too late. But we're going to move on to the next thing because this is something that Donald Trump tweeted on Truth. Trump truthed on Truth Social the following truth, which is, I love the smell of deportations in the morning.
yes.
Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War. They've changed it to the Department of War. Chipocalypse now. Shipocalypse now. And yeah, I mean, I don't know how there's any other way to read this as like almost the president of the United States declaring war on Chicago.
Yeah.
On their own city. I'm laughing because it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me really sad and angry, but this is like where we are. This is what we've gotten to, right? And it's the result of this ineptitude and complicity of the Democratic Party and what they keep doing. And they've allowed it to get to this. Like this is they have let it happen, you know. Pretty fucked up.
It is.
There's another tweet. I promise this will
Another truth.
Yeah, there's another. No, this is a tweet.
Oh, okay.
But so there's a tweet and this is a truth. There's not another anything. This is Corey DeAngelis. He's declaring war on teachers unions. You know those teachers
Yeah.
that have all this power and influence. All of the powerful and influential teachers.
They're putting too many rainbows in their rooms.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that's the only thing.
They're like, we want to
Oh.
control what's on the cork board.
We want to make sure there's no cat boxes in those bathrooms.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking.
They're
So
like-
who's he pictured here with?
This is some other ghouls. Corey DeAngelis is just like this sort of like right wing influencer, like financier kind of guy. And I just assumed that those are two other people, but I just thought that this was interesting. They're going to war on the teachers unions, and there's a picture of Donald Trump right after it's a painting of him after he got shot. It looks like it was done by that one guy. You know who I'm talking about? That did the painting of Obama. That like
What
where
is
they're
that
like
guy's
stepping
name?
on
John
the Constitution.
McNaughton art.
or
Yeah.
something like that. Classic. Fight
Yeah.
situation. That looks like it could be like that's not Lauren Boebert actually. That lady doesn't look trashy enough to be Lauren Boebert.
She's not giving hand jobs
yeah.
at Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I was about to say I can tell it's not Lauren Boebert because she's not wearing her Beetlejuice in concert T-shirt. She's not wearing her shirt that says "I gave this guy a hand job at Beetlejuice." It's pointing to the dude next to her.
It's pointing to both of them.
She's always wearing that shirt.
She really likes going to see that
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. But this is just like, these are the people that are in power now. And I sit here every day I ask myself, how did this happen? How the hell did this happen? Like how could nobody beat this? Like, how could nobody beat this guy?
Right.
And, I think that the answer is that they could have if they were better.
Yeah.
That's my sobering take. Brett, go ahead. Were you going to say something?
No, actually, go ahead.
Let's go ahead and talk about what's been happening. Don't play the next one, actually. I jumped ahead a little bit.
Fine.
You don't think I
So-
can handle it?
No, well, you can handle it. Trust me. You already brought it up, actually. We're going to talk about Zoran Mamdani, which this is like proof that the Democrats haven't learned anything from the election, or aren't changing their game plan whatsoever. So what has happened with Zoran Mamdani is that he won the Democratic primary for mayor of New York. He won pretty handily too. Like not close.
Yeah.
Not even like it was embarrassing for Andrew Cuomo, who
he got bodied, dude.
Yeah, Andrew Cuomo is like a sex pest, disgraced ex-governor who is like he doesn't even live there. He's like using his daughter's apartment to run for mayor, and there's just he's so disgraceful, dude. Like the word disgraced is like the most apt adjective to describe this guy. Like, he's pathetic, and he's a worm, and he lost. He ran against him in the Democratic primary, and he lost because Zoran Mamdani really appeals to people from a leftist perspective. They tried to make this big deal about him saying that we should globalize the intifada, and people just don't understand what the word intifada means. And so they're like, he means jihad? He's going to globalize jihad?
Yeah. So Cuomo is a good thing to bring up, I think, because like it brings back a lot of memories. When I think of Cuomo's, I think of when I
and
think
what
of
do you remember?
I think of
Go off, King.
in 2020. We were talking about them trying to make Tim Walz happen.
Yes.
They manufactured the Cuomo sexual.
They were trying to make Andrew Cuomo the Democrat Donald Trump.
Right.
They're like, look, he's killing everybody too.
Right.
He's letting an island full of old people die.
And I could like
That's so badass.
yeah, they tried to make him into like a sex symbol or whatever.
Yes.
And I guess I could see being into him if you're like a Swiftie or something.
Yeah.
But like he's just fucking gross.
They're
And-
like, look, Andrew Cuomo is just like Donald Trump. He also thinks your daughter is hot. He also thinks your child daughter is hot.
my favorite thing. My favorite.
Allegedly, I'm alleging that Andrew Cuomo is a pedophile. That's what I'm alleging. Allegedly, that's what I think.
People are talking.
I've heard.
My favorite.
Yeah, I've
thing
read a
about,
dossier.
My favorite thing about Andrew.
He was an FBI informant. Come on.
I don't know if you guys remember Andrew Cuomo. So he took the pandemic immediately and was like, okay, this is my ticket
Yes.
to the White House,
Yeah.
like eventually or whatever.
I'm a
And
big, strong man.
So he waited. I think that so the pandemic started like or it got bad in like
2020.
March.
Yeah, March 2020. We all
In
shit came
October,
crashing down.
by October of that year, he had released a book.
Yes.
About how well he handled the pandemic.
Yes. I can't even remember.
it was
Look up
over
the
in
name of
October.
it. Look up the name of it. It was not over in October. There
No,
were still like
I'm very much aware of that.
10,000 people a
Jake.
day
It's still
dying.
going on.
Yeah, there's still like 1,000 people die every day or every week or something.
Yeah,
like
and
that.
we now know that he had spent that time murdering elderly
Yeah.
people and groping
yeah,
his staff.
groping staff members and all that stuff. Yeah, dude, it really is. You're right. It's a mirror of Tim Walz, but this is what they always do, dude. They're like we're gonna let you be a big strong man for like 6 months. You'll be a big tough guy, and then that's gonna do it. That'll be it. Like that's their only plan, seemingly, with these people. Is they're like, you need to have charisma for 1 10-minute CNBC interview, and then you can become president of the United States.
Yeah.
American crisis leadership lessons from the COVID-19 pandemic. God, dude, how embarrassing! Like, especially looking at this in 2025, how embarrassing. Ugh. Yeah, exactly. So he is running for mayor still in New York, despite having lost.
Yeah, and now all the establishment Dems are like, we're going third party on this one.
Yes, dude.
Oh my God.
So we're gonna show the bench press tweet now. You can pull up the next one, Brett.
What number
So this
is that 2-1?
This is also Eric Adams. Yeah, 2.1. Eric Adams, another former Democrat. Well, Cuomo is still a Democrat. Eric Adams used to be a Democrat, is now also running independent to keep being mayor.
Yeah.
And he tweeted this out because Mamdani got like this video got posted of him doing a bench press and he couldn't do it without a spotter. Look, dude, can I just say who gives a fuck how much somebody can? This is like the most pointless. I get why he was out there. They shouldn't have. Whoever let
Didn't
Mom
Cuomo also take his shirt off eventually with this?
Yeah, I think that he did, dude. But whoever let Mamdani do this kind of made a mistake. Like, they shouldn't have let him. Like, this is kind of bad. Like, this is the kind of thing that your campaign manager should be like, maybe we hit the gym a couple times, see how much you can do.
Yeah.
To, like, make sure that we don't, like, because we don't want you to, like, look. And I'm not even. The frustrating part is that this is even something that they have to consider. Like, they shouldn't have to consider this at all.
This is
But
like him being like, this is him being like, if you don't vote for Mom Donnie, you ain't black.
Yes. It is. It was.
It's a bad look.
It is a political misstep, and it shouldn't be. Like, we shouldn't be choosing who we elect for mayor or
Based
for
on
city
reps.
council or whatever.
Now listen,
yeah, this
if
isn't
they were going to break out in a Hamilton-style freestyle, I'm sure Cuomo would have walked away as a loser. But
yeah. But
If you don't vote for Cuomo, you're not Jewish.
But dude, yeah, he calls him Eric Adams calls him Mom Scrawny, which is like a classic Donald Trump. Dude, there's so many. The biggest names in the Democratic Party are people who are trying to be like, they're like, well, I guess I just gotta out Trump Donald Trump. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, dude, that's not what anybody wants. Stop making up.
that's going to be
mean
the
nicknames.
first move of the Democratic Party in 30, 40 years.
Yeah, no, I know.
We're going to try to out-Trump Trump now.
Yeah,
Like,
it's fucking.
We got to learn how to meme, guys. That's why we
Yeah.
lost.
Dude, it's just pathetic. And so he says 64 versus 33, a lifetime of hard work versus a silver spoon, which I don't think that Mamdani necessarily grew up with. Certainly not what I would consider like the most silveriest of spoons, but the results speak for themselves. According to Eric Adams, the weight of the job is too heavy for Mom Scrawny. The only thing he can lift is your taxes. I think that they should lift their taxes. I hope that that's the only thing he can lift. If that's the only thing he can lift, he's got my vote. But, dude, then Cuomo tweeted this out. So now they're all, like, jumping on. They were jumping on this fucking bench press thing. And it's the next one. It's 2, whatever. Yeah, 2. And then, so this is Andrew Cuomo, like, also getting him about it. It's, he says, it's easy to talk. It's hard to carry the burden. This guy can't bench his own body weight, let alone carry the weight of leading the most important city in the world. And then he links to the New York Post story about it. And,
The
yeah,
most
man.
reputable news source. Of
The
course.
most reputable news source, the New York Post. I read it daily. And
Never
I,
done anything wrong.
Yeah, and I can't say that it hasn't had any negative effects on me. No, dude, it's weird. It's like this is what they're letting this turn into. This guy won their primary. He has more political goodwill amongst voters, which should be what dictates your reaction to him, right? Like, you would think if you're a political party that you would want to support your candidates that are turning out the most voters in a New York City primary in, I think, the history of the primary.
Right.
Like, I think that he like broke a record for the amount of votes that somebody received in a primary. If not, he was close to it. But this illustrates that, like, that's not their main goal. Like, their main goal isn't to win.
Right.
Because if their main goal was to win, they could make Andrew Cuomo stop running for mayor. They could use their money, they could use their influence to silence the criticism that Andrew Cuomo is making. Again, this is a guy who has been sexually assaulting women for years. There are like so many women out there that probably haven't come forward that this guy is sexually harassed. Like, these kinds of people who do this is like a pattern of behavior that they get into. They could they have some dirt on this guy for sure
Indeed.
that they could leverage against him to either get him to stop running or to sully him so badly that it's no longer an issue. But they're not doing that. And the reason they're not doing that is because they view Mamdani as a threat to the status quo, which is what they would like to maintain. They're like complicit in not just, genocide or whatever, but also complicit in upholding capitalism, which is holding all of us down. It's keeping all of us down.
Not me.
To put it simply, yeah, everybody but Aaron. Aaron's doing great. He's actually going to loan us some money. Just kidding. Yeah, I want 5 of your $35, please.
Well, let me talk to the board. See if we can free up some per diem.
Yeah, and in fact, dude, there's actually a lot of New York Democrats who you can pull up. The next one is an article, Brett. It's on this production sheet. It's not going to be that. That's a video. Sorry. No, it's okay. It's the first link on the production sheet. A bunch of people who came out. I should have told you. Yeah, a bunch of people who came out against Cuomo and called for him to resign when he was governor of New York. Like a bunch of Democrats in the state of New York are now coming out and being like, "I'm endorsing Cuomo. He's actually the man
because he's better than
yeah, because he's better than Mamdani. They're turning on him completely because he is a threat to the billionaire class and the millionaire class in New York City, a city that has like the highest rate of those kinds of people.
I think it's a good sign that those establishment people are turning against him, but because of the disappointments of like Bernie and AOC and whatnot, I hope that he doesn't turn into like a sheepdog for the Democrats. Like it seems like there was so much steam behind like AOC when she first came out of nowhere or whatever. And now the way I view her is way different from when she first came on the scene or whatever.
It's one of those things where if you have a long enough political career, like there are gonna be like a lot of people who, it's just impossible to stay like completely clean. What I hope he maintains is his commitments to ending the genocide in Gaza, taxing billionaires. Like those are like my two like main things that if somebody, and it's such a low bar. Like I know that sounds like because there's hardly anybody who really does that. Like those two things very much. Like there's not that many people, but like those are like two things that I'm like, if you do that, then like I can maintain at least some like level of, hey, this person at least is aligned with me on the two most important things that I can think of. And there's other stuff that I value too, like abortion and healthcare access and stuff like that. And that stuff's all important to me as well. But yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I worry about that too. But I feel like what's happening to Mamdani will shape it a little bit differently because AOC kind of like, that happened a lot quicker. Like it was like not like there wasn't a Democrat challenging her in the primary. Like once she won the primary, it was like over, And then she became a member of Congress, and she also is like similar to him, a huge fundraiser of like small donation funds.
Yeah.
And so I think that kind of helps protect you against the establishment a little bit, because if you're getting your money from people who believe in your cause or whatever, you don't have the risk of losing all your funding.
Yeah.
So maybe that can help, but I just think that anybody who gets into the swamp, so to speak, for too long, like you're gonna get a little mucked up. Not to turn a phrase.
AOC
you're gonna get a little mucked up.
So this was like a month ago. Like there was a headline about her, voting against like a $500 million decrease to defense funding for
Yeah.
Israel, and her excuse for it was like, no, these are just for defensive weapons.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any. That's not how fucking money works,
Right,
right?
right,
Like
right,
if you give me $600 to pay my rent, and I spend a different $600 on cocaine,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're saving them money that they could be spending somewhere else that they can then spend on. Like, if they don't have to spend it on their defensive weapons, they can free that money up to spend on their offensive
Right,
weapons. Like,
right.
It's taking away $500 million or whatever it was
Mm-hmm.
to Israel is taking away $500 million to Israel. Like, no
Right.
matter which way you cut it. And yeah, it was really disappointing. I mean, I've been disappointed by her for a little while now, but I felt kind of like that was sort of a breaking point for me where I'm like, what are you even like?
Yeah.
Like, what are you even doing anymore? You know, like, this is just lame. So I hope that doesn't happen to him. I don't know if there's like much more outside of the state of New York for him though, for Mamdani. Like, I don't know if he'll ever become like a national candidate or something like that.
When's the last time a fucking mayor like has gone on to become a big national figure?
I mean,
Well-
some of them become senators, and some of them become some of them become Congress
groveling
people.
henchmen.
Yeah,
Sweaty,
yeah.
groveling
Dude, actually,
Italian henchmen.
it's funny you mentioned that. One of the things that has happened over the last couple days is a former New York City mayor might become the he might become the ambassador to Saudi Arabia. Have you
Wait.
seen that Donald Trump is now what he's doing? And this is just to illustrate. So, like, Democrats are against Mamdani, but also so is Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Because Donald Trump is now, allegedly, this is what's being reported, is that Eric Adams is being considered as the ambassador to Saudi Arabia, which, to be fair, I can't think of a better person for the job.
Yeah.
I can't think of a better person for the job in terms of, like, if I'm Donald Trump and I'm looking for one person to pick
Yeah.
to be the ambasser of the country that
If
does
there's-
like the most.
If there's any
Like-
corruption, he'll know about it.
Yes, exactly. They're like, well, let's send this guy right into the belly of the beast and make him the mayor, or make Eric Adams the ambassador to Saudi Arabia. It's so fucking crazy. But dude, the reason why he's doing this is because it would help Cuomo. This would help Andrew Cuomo, because the split right now, the way that it appears, is that Eric Adams and Andrew Cuomo are going to split more votes than Mamdani and Cuomo, or Mamdani and Adams. Like, they're spoiling each other. So if Donald Trump can get Eric Adams out of the race, then he is way more likely to have Andrew Cuomo win. And as we talked about already, Andrew Cuomo has a sordid past of allegedly being a pedophile. Allegedly. Allegedly he hung out with Jeffrey Epstein. Alleged. But he's, seriously though, there's a lot of dirt on this guy, and Donald Trump loves that, dude. Like, what do you think is going to happen when Andrew Cuomo becomes mayor of New York City while Donald Trump is in charge? Like, it's the same thing that has been happening with Eric Adams. You're literally taking Eric Adams out, and you're just putting another corrupt guy who can be leveraged by the current administration in. And they would rather do that. The Democratic establishment would rather do that than just support, like, anything for working class people.
Yep.
Also, like, anyone who is not a Zionist.
Yeah, precisely. Exactly.
You gotta be a Zionist.
Yes. And so it really is illustrative of, like, how much they're actually going out of their way in this race to help Donald Trump and to be on the same side as Donald Trump, who, like we showed you already, has declared war on the city of Chicago. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is fucked up and is scary. And, like, you know, he's already been doing that in other cities as well. And so it's alarming to see, but it's exactly like you said, right? They would much rather come to the table and reach an agreement with conservatives and with Republicans than they would with the left.
Mm-hmm.
And just to be clear, the things that Zoran Mamdani is calling for are not like unheard of in the city of New York. Like, and most of them are in fact things that other mayors have done in the past. And so the depiction of this guy as like some radical like socialist or whatever, he's a democratic socialist.
Yeah.
That is a democratic socialist is somebody who wants to do socialism by democracy, by like voting
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And it's like it's not radical to want to control rent prices so that people can afford a place to live or make it so that people can afford food to eat.
But Jake, voting is a radical concept these days. Like, people don't want to allow people to vote in general, and I don't think we're
Yeah.
gonna have fucking elections for too much longer.
I don't know how I necessarily feel about that. I think that at the end of the day, like, they don't need to stop having elections to like do what they want to do, because people are going to continue to pick between the conservative wing of the Democratic Party or between Republicans, and either option is going to allow like the people who have the biggest stake, and I mean like in terms of financially, like they're going to continue to operate no matter who wins. So like it's not, I don't know, like I don't think that this idea that they're going to like stop having elections is really like even necessary for them to carry out their goals here. Cuz like why would they need to stop? They're winning elections. Why would they want to stop? They're winning, you know? Not to say that like that was like stupid or something, sorry.
No.
You get what I'm
like,
saying?
Yeah,
like
no, I
it
kind of
just
said that as a joke, but
yeah.
I think
not
we
a
need to
joke.
look into other avenues besides voting to
Yeah.
I
enact
agree with
change.
that,
Personally,
Aaron.
what do you guys know about gooning?
Well, I was gonna say I know an
to
Italian.
vote?
I know an Italian guy in jail that had some pretty good ideas.
Yeah.
I know a dedicated Italian Jodie Foster fan that currently is in
I
jail.
thought we were talking about Count of Monte Cristo. I'm just like, oh.
Shut the fuck up, nerd. Bringing up romantic literature. You're done talking.
But these people are all in cahoots together, right? Like, and the next link, Brett, if you click it, it's just an article to illustrate how the thing is going. This is actually different than what I thought I did for some reason. But my phone was being weird. It was trying to get me to not put the articles that I actually found. Yeah. Oh wait, no, this is New York Mag. Yeah, this is it. So the headline is Trump bump. The president has jumped into the mayoral race, but is he helping Cuomo or Mamdani? Dude, he's helping Andrew Cuomo.
fuck do you
It's like
think?
not
Yeah.
even a question.
Hey,
man.
these
Like,
people are intelligencer.
Yeah, I know, dude. I'm like, what are you fucking thinking, man?
Yeah.
Like, how is this the headline should be Donald Trump intercedes on behalf of Andrew Cuomo in mayoral race.
Very straightforward.
Yeah, it's very straightforward. And you know, I just pulled this to illustrate like, hey, it's not just you know, the Democratic establishment party that's in cahoots with these people. It's also like the media and you know, yeah, the media. But now we'll get into some stuff that falls more into the line of cringe, because our next thing, I'm sure that you saw this. This guy, Richie Torres. This is another New York.
I saw the Adam Friedland show.
Yeah.
episode.
So this is a clip that has been going viral from the Adam Friedland show. Richie Torres was funded by AIPAC to primary Jamal Bowman, I believe, is who it was, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, he's huge amounts of donations from AIPAC for his campaign to primary Jamal Bowman, who was, of course, an anti-Zionist. And now he's on that. He's doing like a bit of a media tour, or at least I think he just went on the Adam Friedland show. And frankly, it's a sad day when Adam Friedland is the one who's doing like, but it's the same thing that we talk about on here where it's like, I shouldn't have to be talking about this.
Yeah.
Like, I want to talk about mermaid statues with big titties or like,
Yeah.
you know, like I want to talk about Caleb Robertson fingering the air
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff. I don't want to talk about, we shouldn't live in a world where the Adam Friedland show or something called Jakin.Off is
doing
like making the
groundbreaking-
most
yeah.
sense. You know?
I watched this whole episode and like the whole interview, and it reminded me. This is the second time recently where there's been a Democrat, like who, you know, like a Zionist Democrat. Who has gone into an interview and they just seem totally surprised that they're getting
Yes.
any flack for it.
Yes.
The Alyssa Slotkin interview
Yes.
on
Right.
Breaking Points.
Yep.
She also like she just I don't know how like do their teams not research
No,
this stuff?
we know this. We've learned this on this podcast from like, I mean, not that they like should research us or whatever, but like, dude, like I've lied about being the CEO of a company called Thompson Plastics.
Yeah.
Like several
Multiple
times.
times.
Yeah. I've done it a lot
It's
of
like your
times now.
go-to for
And
most
nobody
Thompson
has ever
Plastics.
looked up Thompson Plastics.
It's your
Nobody's ever
Vanilla
looked
Industries.
up. Yes,
Yeah.
dude. It's like and nobody's ever even like tried to figure out if that's a real company.
He
Yeah.
just says his feel. I've
Yeah.
seen it in real time, and people are just like, yeah, that's great. So what are you trying to do with like your like or whatever they're
Yeah.
trying to sell?
Yeah.
The
Like,
answer
don't
is
bat
no.
an
Yeah,
eye.
the answer is like no. None of these people are like. I don't think that any of them have the self-awareness to even realize just how many people are like find them despicable. You know.
Yeah.
I think that they like. I think that they're pretty like oblivious to that, and I think that it's made to be that way. Like that's why they have to have a team full of handlers and like all these people around them all the time, like telling them where they're going next. Like they and not just because it's like tough to keep organized or whatever, but it's also like provides a little bit of distance between them and all of the people who rabidly hate them.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they'd be like, am I doing something fucked up?
Right.
They might catch on. They're like, no. You need at least 3 people in your office who used to work for APAC.
Yeah.
And they will post on social media for you. But here's a clip. Yeah, this is a clip from Richie Torres's interview with Adam Friedland.
If you have disagreements with the Israeli government, you should voice your criticism of the Israeli government, but there is no justification for intimidation or harassment against American Jews.
I'm telling you as a Jew right now that we are receiving a lot more hate because of what the people with a flag that has a Jewish star on are doing to other people right now.
That might
and
be
I'm telling you as a Jewish person how painful it is for us to say, and it hurts my stomach to say this, so you're going to say, I disagree, that this is a genocide. And that hurts to say that a Jew could do that. It hurts because we grew up with learning about what hatred is. And the same year the State of Israel was established, in 1948, the world saw the Holocaust, and they established standards. And I just wonder, like, there's this fixation with kids at a school and 2 examples of people at a restaurant that there was banging.
2 examples. I mean, there are surveys on it.
Give me the.
Read the EDL surveys on it.
It's hard for me to talk
Straight
about
from
this
the horse's
in
mouth.
public because
Clearly, I mean,
you're being a dick. That's mean.
no. I'm not being mean. I'm just clear it's an emotional topic.
Yeah, dude. He was like, it makes me upset. And he's like, yeah, clearly.
Wasn't it crazy how the tone of the interview just like changed and then it never came back?
Yeah.
Like,
dude,
he started off friendly with him and everything,
Yes.
and then it switched to Israel and like, yeah.
Well, because that's where that guy's bread gets buttered, dude.
Mhm.
Like, and that's what I'm saying though is like this guy has clearly thought. So this guy has clearly thought about the implications of where the money he has comes from, and he's all right with it. Like
Yeah.
that's what that means. You know what I mean? Like that's why he got so upset because like he doesn't want to have to defend himself for the blood that is on his hands. Frankly, like that's
Yeah.
what it is. Like this guy has blood on his hands and he knows it, and he doesn't want to have to defend that in an interview with like some fucking mangy looking comedian or
Yeah.
whatever. Like he doesn't think that's like beneath him, you know? And so I just, yeah, man, it's fucked up. Like these people are fucked up. And, you know, I don't know what really is going to happen because like what we're going to talk about next is like Donald Trump's doing all this stuff nationally. We've been talking about what's happening in New York. Like these have been all New York politicians. Donald Trump is doing this stuff on a national level, and we have like Democratic politicians who have leadership positions at a national level. You need more coffee?
Yeah.
I'll get you
Brett,
some. I'll
we
get you
can
some.
actually can I rip the bong too? Can we do like a quick
we
hit
doing
us
a
with
break?
and we'll be right back.
and we'll be right back.
All right.
What I
Oh,
was saying.
you were talking about how it's hard to enjoy things because
Yeah.
there's in the background,
Yeah.
like not to be a one note
yeah.
Jack
Yeah, yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the NFL for example.
Yeah.
The
Sports ball.
yeah, well,
I
you
know.
know,
I'm just joking.
I mean,
I
I'm
get
not
that
the
it's
same
fucked
as
up. I don't
Brett.
like it.
Brett's a sports ball guy. Like he hates
Yeah.
football because he's into Ween. I hate football because it's beneath me. It's
Your brain's too big.
no, but yeah, like there's just like the NFL is just. I mean, it's a big. It seems like, and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not an expert, but it seems like a big cartel, like or whatever you want to call it, of just like billionaire oil moguls that
Yeah.
own
Yeah.
these franchises, and then these players like fucking like Patrick Mahomes, for example.
There's an upper crust of players as well. There's like classes among the players.
yeah.
Because there's like a few guys on each team that get paid the big bucks, and then there's like a bunch of like a handful of guys on the team who get paid like the pretty big bucks. But then I mean there's 53 people on each team. So like there's a lot of guys on the team who are like, yeah, you might look at their yearly salaries and be like they're making a lot of money, but they're destroying their bodies. Like it does irreparable damage to their brains a lot of times, and there's not a lot of like safety net for people who play NFL careers and get seriously hurt. Or get injured in a way that isn't apparent immediately, but like will have an impact on them for the rest of their lives. And there's just like not a lot of like, there's a lot of people like that out there who like they can't do like another job after
Right.
that. Their body is like they've torn both of their ACLs and have had 2 concussions. Like
Yeah.
that would disable a lot of people. So I don't know.
Certainly.
I don't know if that's.
It's
what you're
just
gonna
like
say.
it's gross that like to me it's gross that like at the top of all of these franchises are these like like the Hunt family in Kansas
Yeah,
City.
they're one of the richest
They're an
ones.
oil family.
They're the second richest one too.
the second richest oil family.
They're the second richest NFL franchise. owners,
Yeah.
I think they have like the second highest. The only people higher than them are the people who own the Denver Broncos because they own Walmart.
Oh, is it the Waltons? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
I don't think it's or it might be one of the Waltons. Look it up. Yeah, look it up, Brett. The screen's off.
I'm gonna
Again,
grab
Literally
that,
just went to sleep.
that coffee. Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
dude.
you're good.
Get your coffee.
We're still not back yet, so
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Look it up really quick,
So we're
Brett.
not even recording right now.
I
we're
mean,
still
we are
recording, but
but-
like Jake will say, and we're
Okay.
back whenever we get back.
And I maybe should have said, and we're back, but I don't remember exactly. I kind of lost where we were.
we're just
We
we've
shouldn't
been
have
back
done
for
the
a while
bong rip.
now. is
Yeah,
what
we shouldn't
this-
have done the bong rip, dude.
Well, we needed a smoke break.
Yeah, we did. We're just talking about a lot of heavy shit, dude. But I think I'm picking up what you're stepping in, right? Is that like these guys are basically like funding this whole thing because they've made billions of dollars doing a bunch of other awful shit. and it's all just sort of like running. I don't know. It's all running downhill. Like, and they have a lot of influence too.
Yeah,
Like
and
these
then
guys are very
like
influential.
like when like the billionaire families like tried to pull that horse shit where they were gonna put the stadium downtown or whatever.
Yes, we've
And
talked about that. plenty of
Patrick
times on
Mahomes
here.
and Travis Kelce just signed up to be like
They're like, we're the
mouthpiece
spokespeople
for
of
it.
that. Yeah, well, Patrick Mahomes owns part of the Royals.
Yeah,
He's a partial owner of the Royals, like, so of course he would be. That would very much benefit the business that he's an owner in.
yeah.
And you know what, dude? This is honestly awesome because this actually relates to where we're going to end up with this whole conversation.
Okay.
Not to like bring it too back on track,
Okay.
but it actually, like, what we're talking about right now is like, and this was sort of like my mindset of the entire episode today.
It's Jerry Jones owns the Cowboys. I cannot figure out where
Yes.
he got his money
Jerry
from.
Jones is an oil man as well.
Oil. Okay.
He's an oil man too. Also one of the worst, like, just not even from like standpoint of like a human being, which he is a very bad person. He was like one of the people like spitting on black children that were like
goody.
going to a desegregated school for the first time in Arkansas. There's like a picture of a little black girl walking into a school being escorted by the police, and Jerry Jones is in the background protesting. Look it up, Brett. It's worth a look. Look up Jerry Jones protesting desegregation. And yeah, there it is. Public school integration, yeah. Images. Yep. Zoom on in there, Brett. There he is.
That's so awkward.
Jerry Jones, dude. He he showed up and protested, and what do you know? He's
always
very
on the
rich
right
now.
side of history.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Dallas is a wild town. Like it's like
yeah.
all old money, you know.
Yeah, no, it is. There's a lot of like wealth in Texas
Yes.
in general, but in Dallas especially. You'd never known that, Brett?
No. I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't surprise
Yeah.
me.
It almost seems like it's not a coincidence at all. If you're conspiracy minded, maybe you'd start to think that all of this stuff is interconnected in some way. I'm just asking questions.
You're getting galaxy brain
Yeah.
over there, Jake.
The Jake Redpath experience, dude. That's AI. That's AI. I'm doing the opposite. I call everything AI. I'm like, that's AI, dude. Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones loved integration.
Yeah.
He wrote about it in his diary. I have a picture of it. It's not AI.
Oh, God.
That's where we're headed, though. Mark my words. Anyways, dude, that's pretty cringe. I would say protesting integration is pretty cringe. And the next portion of the show that we're getting back on track to the Dems, the Democrats. And we're back.
We've been back, Jake.
And we're back. To get back on track, though.
Oh, back on track, yes.
So all this shit is happening, right? Donald Trump is declaring war on the city of Chicago. It's scary. You know, they're disappearing people off the streets. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, surely people are fighting, like, you know, the leadership of the Democratic Party is fighting
Yeah.
back in some way.
I think that I think no one wants to admit this, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the table. we need Lori Lightfoot back. There's only one person who can save
dude,
Chicago.
what was that cowboy that she
The
had
census
read?
cowboy?
The census cowboy. Yeah, get the census
him
cowboy
too.
back.
Do I need to look this up?
Yeah, look up the census cowboy really
Census,
quick.
like
Just
the
an
2020
image.
census.
Yeah, like census cowboy. Yeah, it'll come up. You spelled census wrong, but it's okay, dude. It'll correct it for you. Brett spelled census C-U-M?
Kinks.
Yeah, dude. He's
Oh,
a cowboy that rode
This
around.
dude. Oh
He's
my
a cowboy that
God.
rode around and got people to fill out their census. And what is the connection of cowboys in the city of Chicago, you ask? Very little.
Yeah.
They used to sell their cows there, as it turns out.
Yeah.
But, dude, yeah, maybe we do need Lori Lightfoot back. That's so funny, dude. She's like still kicking around though, doing like events and stuff. I feel like I've seen an image of her recently.
Yeah, didn't she have like the worst celebrity pitch at a Cubs game or whatever in some time?
I'm sure she doesn't look like she had a good first pitch.
She never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
That's for all the Sopranos heads out there. If you're a big fan of the Sopranos, but Lori Lightfoot, a hilariously cringe politician. Like that's what she was primarily known for, was being like very cringe. And that's what Democrats churn out, dude. Like they are a factory of cringe.
Yeah.
Like it's honestly crazy. Like in addition to all the complicity and the bad stuff that we've already talked about, they are very bad at just being relatable to people. It's crazy.
And you can never rule them out, like as we know now. She might be the next nominee.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
hey,
dude,
vote
they
blue
might-
no matter
don't-
who. You
Yeah,
know?
they
Yeah.
might bring her back.
Yeah.
They might bring her back because they'd be like, "Well, the heat's been off Lori long enough now.
Yeah.
we can get her off the shelf, dust her off. Get Lori off the shelf, dust her off. Lori, get your green cowboy hat.
Yeah.
You're running for president.
Yeah, the Census Cowboy is the vice president nominee.
Yeah. Lightfoot Census Cowboy 2028. Yeah, dude, it's their whole thing, man. They really are very, very cringe, and that's what this next part is about. This next part is about how instead of defending people or figuring out a way to like stop ICE from like disappearing people off the streets, they're doing the dumbest shit of all time. So this first clip, this is from a while back. I'm sure that you maybe have seen this. I'm sure that maybe you've seen this. I like to speak in in
Only a Sith
confusing
deals in
language.
absolutes.
Yes, but this is a Chuck Schumer speaking at a rally against Elon Musk. So this is back when Elon Musk was still kicking around the administration, and this was what he was chanting.
I'm going to stand with you in this fight, and we will win. 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 We won't rest. We won't rest. We won't rest. We won't rest. Thank you, everybody.
Have you seen that?
No, I didn't know he had.
Dude, I can't. I've seen that for a while now, because this was at the time when they were being like, well, it was like undemocratic to have Elon Musk like controlling who did and didn't work for the government, but like that was like the argument they were trying to make, and so he's like chanting this at like a rally against that.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you're literally like you're losing. You're losing so hard right now. And not only that, I'm pretty sure, dude, if I'm not mistaken, this might have been one of the last public appearances that Chuck Schumer has made. Like in terms of like at a rally or like on the news or something like that. He went on a book tour after that. I don't know if you saw any of that shit.
No, I didn't.
But dude, he's making some pretty clear statements at least. That's one thing about that video.
Is the book about how he won COVID-19 as well?
The book, it might be actually. The book is about probably how to stop Donald Trump. I don't really know too much about the book. Honestly, if you can imagine, I was like, I don't have the energy to read Chuck Schumer's book. There is this thing though that has happened where he
No, it's about anti-Semitism in America. A
Wow.
warning.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense why I didn't read it now. I forgot that that's what it was. He also got busted recently for making up this fake family. Have you seen any of this? the Chuck Schumer. Look up Chuck Schumer fake family. I
Oh
forgot to
yeah,
include
no.
this in there.
John
But it's
Oliver
like-
did a bit about
Yeah,
it.
John Oliver did a bit about it. That's okay. That's right. That's where I saw it. Then it was because he was.
But he's been aware that it's never been a real family. But he's just like it's like this theoretical, and he's just
Yeah.
like so and so voted for Trump
It's
this
a-
year, but
it's
not
a-
the next year.
It's a theoretical family that he thinks about when he's trying to think about the Americans he wants to appeal to.
Okay.
And he's just describing Trump voters. Like he's
Yeah.
just describing Donald Trump's voter base. Like
Yeah.
it's like, and he's been doing it for years. Like he'll like bring them up. He'll bring them up in a book. He'll bring them up in they're
the Baileys.
the Baileys. That's what it was. It's like he's
They're like his action figures.
yeah,
basically.
it's like he's they're little toy soldiers that he's imagined in his head, like they're little green men that he's doing. Play one of these clips, dude. See if you can like one of these like shorter. The Baileys, yeah.
That's
This will
so
be
funny
a short.
that instead of like talking to people and like finding out what people are actually like, he has to use toys.
Dude, he has to like make up a family. Yeah,
That's
here it is.
hilarious.
I actually want to talk less about Chuck Schumer himself and more about two of his favourite people, Joe and Eileen Bailey. They're a couple that throughout Schumer's career, he has talked about a lot.
They're a middle-class couple in Massapequa, which is a suburb on Long Island.
Joe and Eileen Bailey, this middle-class couple, they bought into Reagan Republicanism in 1980. Joe and Eileen are worried about losing their jobs or their friends' jobs.
The Baileys really don't believe in trickle-down. They don't believe in a whole lot of government spending, but they believe in tax breaks for kids to go to college. He's an
Yeah,
insurance
pause it.
adjuster
He's
and
like
lives in the New
making him
York suburbs.
kiss.
By New
Yeah,
York
it's
standards.
like making the action figures. She's like me.
Jesus Christ.
Mr. Bailey, go and vote for Ronald Reagan again.
Yeah,
That's
keep
so
going.
funny.
He talks about how they voted for Donald Trump. It gets worse, dude.
He makes $50,000 a year. If he lived in the middle of the country, he'd make 40. Wife works in a medical office. She makes about 20. She might make 15 elsewhere. And you know, I have guided my political life through the Baileys.
Okay, first, Chuck, stop putting all their business out there. Joe makes $50,000 a year. Eileen makes 20. They own 2 cars, a Taurus and a Honda Odyssey, and they have sex 3 times a week. Joe usually initiates, but their therapist is encouraging Eileen to get more in touch with her
Anyways,
sensual
we can
side. It's
stop
surprising.
doing this now. I don't know. It's
But
it's
he does get
hilarious.
into how they voted. They were like,
Yeah.
voted for him the first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Joe voted for Donald Trump the first time.
And then it was like she didn't vote for him the second time, and she really resented that he did, or whatever.
Yeah, it's like this really like convoluted.
It's a soap
thing.
opera type of thing.
Right, but it's exactly like you said, Aaron. There are just real people out there that he could talk to
Right.
that would give him actual insight into.
Well, does he? I'm curious, like, what the Bailey's opinion of Chuck Schumer is. Does he? Wouldn't that be the useful thing for that? Like, just like at no point is he like,
Yeah.
oh, they think I'm the problem. Which would be hard because he respects the Baileys.
And
on
you have to
some
have
level.
some self-awareness as well.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't just respect them. He, in large part, he's guided his entire political life on the Baileys.
Yeah.
Which is what he said, to something to that effect, if not exactly that.
How anti-Semitic are the Baileys? Do you know?
My guess is
Mildly.
My guess is mildly.
Like, so they're like.
My guess is that they're anti-Semitic enough to equate Zionism with being Jewish.
They let their kid watch Miss Rachel.
Yeah. I bet that they let their kid watch Miss Rachel.
Their grandkids. Their grandkids.
Yeah, their grandkids. You're right. I
I
bet
always forget,
they
yeah.
watch. They let their grandkids watch Miss Rachel, but only because their daughter says they have to.
Yeah.
I do love Miss Rachel though. Shout out to Miss Rachel.
She she
It's
rules.
crazy. Again, a lady who makes like learning, like educational content for children should not be the person who has to like speak like plainly about what's happening. It doesn't. It's bad that's the lady who I'm like, can we get her to be the nominee
Yeah.
in 2028? Dude, I would vote for Miss Rachel, I think, right?
Yeah. That's
I
President
think
Rachel.
Dude, President Miss Rachel. I would.
No, you're not
vote for her.
wrong.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I bet that this lady probably would be able to do a better job than any, Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
But I also think that, maybe I'm doing the thing where I want to make the guy from The Apprentice president.
Maybe. I think it's different.
Yeah, it
I
is
think
different.
it's definitely different.
I don't know, dude. Miss Rachel would be cool. But, dude, Chuck Schumer, back to Chuck, back to the Baileys.
Yeah.
He's going to fight. We're not going to rest. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Chuck, what have you done to fight? Brett, pull up the link, dude.
Is it a 3-2?
It's a link that's on the page there.
It's a letter.
It's about a very strongly worded letter that that Chuck Schumer wrote to Donald Trump. Brett, zoom in a little bit for me because I want to read a quote from this. Go down a little bit. Go down. Keep going. Keep going. There's a quote from the letter somewhere in here. Wait, go up. It's not this far down. Yeah, here it is. We sent him a very strong letter just the other day asking him 8 very strong questions about why it isn't just a pretext. And this is referring to them defunding Harvard, which I'm sorry, but no one, the Baileys don't give a fuck about if Harvard gets defunded, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Baileys do not care if Harvard gets defunded.
Right.
That's not an important. And look, I'm sure Harvard's awesome, dude. I would love to join the Skull and Bones Society. I would love to join a secret society where we decide who we're going to assassinate and we decide who's going to be president or whatever. But I'm just saying, it's the thing that he fought back the most for is something that none of these people these fake people who he made up. He made them
his
up.
action figures.
Yeah, his fake made up people would not give a fuck about this. They wouldn't actually care about it. They allegedly are guiding his entire political life, but they're not.
I think he should talk to actual voters.
Yeah, he can't even lie good. They can't even lie correctly, dude. No. It's the number one thing that you have to be able to do to be an effective politician is you have to be able to lie good. That's a fucking you have to have that. You have to be able to lie and keep your lies straight and not make an ass out of yourself like this. I don't know. It blows my mind, dude. We won't rest until Chuck Schumer is not alive anymore. Or at least in the Senate, I guess. I don't know.
I think, I don't know. I think, sometimes, my liberal friends, get a little upset that all I do is, talk shit about these people.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I feel like they're more responsible, the pure evil, whatever people who want to convert the Department of Education to whatever
the
department
the Department of War guys.
Yeah. And the people I know MAGA people who have been in it the whole time, and I also know that there's no escape. Nothing that the Epstein shit, nothing.
Yeah.
They could find out that beyond a shadow of a doubt that he did those things.
A lot of those people are somewhat I don't want to say completely unreachable, but they're far more difficult to reach.
Yeah.
Because they're they don't necessarily have to have I think that the difference between liberal people and the people that you're talking about is that liberal people actually understand that there is cognitive dissonance happening to them because they are what the Democrats are doing doesn't match up with what their idea of them is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Republicans don't have that. Like especially MAGA supporters don't have that because it's more of like a delusional kind of thing. And so they'll like just like change their tune about whatever. They're like, "Oh, he's not in the Epstein files or whatever."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was an FBI informant. Come on.
Yeah, that's what they're saying now is that Donald Trump was an informant for the FBI, which is it doesn't even clear, like it makes it worse, dude. Like but that's what I mean though. Like Chuck Schumer is not politically savvy enough. I think that Chuck Schumer is just as evil as a lot of the people on the right, but you know, I would put him over there with them. I mean, in a lot of ways, he's a very conservative person. I think that Chuck Schumer is, in a lot of ways, just as evil as those people, but he's actually worse at the sort of like the shady, being a shadily influenced and influencer of things. Like he's not good at that part.
No, yeah, and he has like zero fucking charisma.
Zero charisma. He has no he's out of touch in a way. Donald Trump is out of touch too. Like, don't get me wrong, but like Donald Trump understands that like what people like about him is not that he's in touch with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Donald Trump understands what people like about him. Chuck Schumer doesn't understand that people don't like him. That's it. Like he like lacks a certain amount of self-awareness that Donald Trump. And dude, honestly, I hate to like compare these two things because they're not quite the same. But I think that when somebody is like a delusional comedian, like, you know, we get like these people who do comedy that are like truly insane. And they go up every night and like do, you know, they'll like say like crazy shit like again and again and again, get no like good response, but keep doing it for some
And you
reason.
wonder like why are they doing it, and then you find out, oh, they think they're crushing every time.
Yes, they think that they're crushing it. Like they don't understand that that people really, really are put off by them because they don't have that self-awareness. I think it operates really similarly, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dems are open micers.
Yeah, exactly, dude. They are.
I mean,
it's been a reoccurring.
Honestly,
that's a really. I feel like that's a really good way to put it.
Honestly,
like,
I think a
better,
but I think a better, more apt like description, if you were to like make a comedy comparison, they're more like someone who just hasn't been funny for like 3 decades.
Yeah.
But they're still going, you know, they're like they still are able to sell tickets or whatever.
Yeah.
And they have zero idea that
what they're doing is,
that they suck.
pathetic and weird. They're like Screech before he died.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. They're like Dustin Diamond, dude. Friend of the pod, Dustin Diamond. I can say that because he's dead. What's he gonna say? He's not a friend.
Do we want that on our rap sheet though?
Dude, I did.
Wasn't he a diddler?
No, he stabbed.
There was that, but
he
before
stabbed
that,
somebody.
or did he try to go into porn or something?
He did do a porno, but it wasn't diddling. You're allowed to shoot porn, dude. People fucking love porn.
It's called sex work.
Yeah,
Brett.
it's called sex work, dude. And you're being really disrespectful to Screech right now by not respecting him as a sex
sorry.
worker.
That one time he did sex work.
Dude, no, I did open for him one time at Stanford and Sons, and he told me all about how he stabbed a guy. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was on the last episode.
Oh, we talked about it on the last episode. Link. Oh, but it'll be like coming out in the future, though. And we're back.
Wait, now,
that's a bunch of inside baseball a little bit before this that we could cut out, I think.
Oh, okay, yes. Okay.
Because we're going to move on to the next thing, which is about Hakeem Jeffries. So Chuck Schumer.
Is this 3-3?
Yeah, it's 3-3, so don't click it. Well, okay. minimize for a sec, because there's no way that you caught what this is, unless you've seen it before. This is the most cringeworthy thing that I mean, this is not quite as cringeworthy as Anthony Weiner, another Democrat, who posted pictures of his own penis on Twitter. But what happened is Hakeem Jeffries posted an image on his Instagram page of him like leaning up against a park bench in New York, and the image was photoshopped and photoshopped very poorly. They had photoshopped it to make his hips look thinner, and the park bench is like, you can see the indent in the park bench. Brett, pull it up. Pull up 3-3. This is one of the craziest.
That's so
Do you see
funny.
that?
Yeah.
Zoom in a little bit, Brett. And it's like, dude, why do you care about this? I get that people online are mean, but you were worried they were going to make fun of your hips, bro?
Yeah.
Like, you were worried about your hips?
Jesus
It's so
Christ.
cringe, dude. Like, and it's like, man, yeah, like, how can we expect people who are, like, making these kinds of faux pas? Like, people are fucking up in this way. Like, how could we possibly expect these guys to be the ones who are going to, like, be able to stand up in the moment that we're in and be like, this can't happen. We have to do something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This requires action. There's no more, like, talking. There's no more, like, voting on bills or something like that. Like, we need to do something, like, material about the fact that the president of the United States wants to mass incarcerate entire demographics of people.
Go to war with
Like,
an entire city.
Yeah, you know, like, deploy the National Guard to cities, and specifically cities that are ran by his political opposition, dude. Like, this is the kind of thing that we have been funding overseas for, you know, since the end of World War. Well, really before that. I mean, like, fucking the Spanish-American War, or, like, you know, like, all of these wars that, like, took place during the period of, like, Manifest Destiny and, like, the Monroe Doctrine and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, this is all of that coming home to roost. Like, and the reality is like, when you do that to other places, there's no way to prevent it from happening to you.
It's the imperial boomerang. Is
Yes.
what they call it.
Yeah, exactly. And instead of having people who are willing to, like, say in this moment, like, hey guys, this is because of all this fucked up shit that we've been doing forever, and we need to move in a new direction, because otherwise, like, there's no getting out of this. Like, things are not going to get better unless we acknowledge, like, everything that's been going on. And instead, they're photoshopping their hips.
I wonder how this came about. Like, was he, like, leaning over his staffer, like, what can you do, or whatever?
They're like, Hakeem, I don't think we should post this. He's like, why? It looks fine.
Yeah.
You know, because he's just some dumb guy who doesn't fucking, you know
how straight lines are supposed to look.
Yeah. He's like, what do you mean? I don't even notice anything. Just post it. I don't know.
Send it.
It is just, like, pretty depressing. And I don't mean to end on, like, an even more depressing note, but that kind of has become a theme around here when we talk about this kind of stuff, and that's why, dude, that is because I want to make one thing clear, is, like, these aren't just, like, feelings or thoughts that I've developed recently. Like, this is something that I've been upset about for a while, but this is supposed to be, like, a comedy podcast. And so I don't, you know, I feel like we've had some funny moments in this, but I do want to thank you for being here, because it's mostly just been, I feel like, me rambling, maybe a little bit angry or something like that. But it's depressing. Like, this shit makes me, like, super fucking depressed in a way that a guy trying to get me to take out a credit card for $250,000 zero interest to buy a house doesn't. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's kind of funnier than this, and it's easier for me to make light of. But This next clip, this is from this page called that I follow on Instagram. It's called Stocking the Capital, STOCKING_the_capital. And just to give a little context of what this guy does is he's created like a way to financially score every member of Congress. Have you seen this guy at all?
No.
So he's created this metric that he uses. He goes through because all of these people have to make their personal financial records available. They have these filings that they have to make every year. They have to indicate like their own holdings, what their spouse holds, like all this stuff, all their assets. The only thing that they don't have to disclose is the value of their primary residence, which kind of problematic, but they have all of these things, and this guy goes through and he's created his own metric on how to score them. And this one is about Ilhan Omar. And
I heard about this.
What's important to me is not the financial scoring that he does, even though I think this is good. It came out that she has a potential net worth of $30 million. He's going to explain that a little bit, but what is important to me about this clip is some stuff that this reveals about Ilhan Omar's personal life, where this is a congressperson who I think, like, out of all of them, probably aligns with, what I believe in the closest out of, like, most of them. Like, I, by all intents and purposes, as a politician, I like Ilhan Omar a lot. And I think that, there's a lot of value of having somebody like Ilhan Omar in Congress currently, especially when we talk about the other people that we have in this episode, Chuck Schumer,
Right.
Hakeem Jeffries. Like, this is somebody who I'm like, this is the direction where we should be heading.
Yeah.
But roll the clip, Brett, and I'll kind of explain more.
Is Ilhan Omar worth $30 million? Let's talk about it. Earlier this year, I graded the financial integrity of Ilhan Omar based on her 2023 financial disclosure, and she received a grade of an A+. Now, her 2024 financial disclosure was just released, and I've already seen a lot of misinformation about it on social media. All right, so first, this is what a member of Congress's financial disclosure looks like. They all have to file one of these annually. In the first section, Schedule A, they have to list their assets, what the thing is that holds value, the owner of that asset, is it them, a spouse, or a dependent child, the value of the asset, how much it's worth, which is done in ranges, which we'll talk about later, the income type, how they made money off of it in the prior year, and the income, how much money they made from that asset last year, which is also done in ranges. So let's start with Ilhan Omar's bank account. All right, so the name, Congressional Credit Union Savings Account, the owner left blank, implying that it is hers, the value of the asset between $1,001 and $15,000, the income type would in this case be interest, it's a savings account, and the amount of income from interest, another very small range, $1 to $200 in the last year made off of interest. Obviously, that is not the holding that has caused this controversy. Neither are her spouse's two IRAs that hold between $1,000 and $15,000, or her retirement account that holds between $15,000 and $50,000. No, the two holdings that have caused controversy are her spouse's holdings in a winery and a venture capital management LLC. First up, we have the winery, which is valued between $1 million and $5 million, and their spouse made income off of this asset last year to the tune of between $5,000 and $15,000. Then we have Roselay Capital, which is the venture capital management LLC, which is valued between $5 million and $25 million, which he did not make any income off of last year. Now, this is the most important caveat in this video. For these types of assets, they have to report the entire value of the business, not just the piece that they own. So what is Ilhan Omar's net worth? Well, her liquid assets are probably in the low tens of thousands of dollars after adding in some student loans and some credit card debt. As for their total household net worth, it's definitely increased from last year, but it's hard to know exactly what it is without knowing what portion of these businesses her spouse owns. But how does this affect her financial integrity score? Well, net worth isn't a variable in the formula, and she still doesn't hold or trade any individual stocks or accept any corporate PAC money. And for that reason, Ilhan Omar's score remains an A+.
Yeah, so that's in regards to, like you said, her financial holdings record that came out, or the financial holdings report that came out, that people are being like, hey, she's, could potentially have like a really high net worth. That's not how he scores them, but he just is really good, I think, at like breaking down where this information is coming from and how people like learn about who's funding, where their funding is coming from, like that kind of thing for all these congressional members. And he does it for everybody.
Yeah.
But I think that the revealing thing about this is that it shows that Ilhan Omar's husband owns stock in like a fucking, you know, what was it called again? A venture capitalist firm.
Yep.
Like
those are good words, right?
Yeah, and so it just, to me, it illustrates like how even one of the people that I would consider like the most promising members of the Democratic Party still has interests that are entrenched in maintaining the thing that I view as like responsible for like most of the destruction and oppression that's being wrought on everybody at this time. And so I, you know, again, this is like a bummer way to end it, but like and I'm not trying to like say like, oh, like people shouldn't fucking like, we should fucking like get Ilhan Omar out of Congress. She's like at the end of the line for people who I think should be removed from Congress. But like, it's just to illustrate like the problem isn't just like, hey, we, you know, need to like vote for somebody different necessarily. The issue is like this entire, you know, if you're committed to like this party, then the entire thing has to be drastically changed for any of this to work. That's the only real option forward, I feel like, for Democrats at this time. I don't think that they're up to it, to be totally frank.
Yeah.
I don't
Unless
think
everyone
that
got really cool really fast.
yeah, that's a good point, Brad.
They're already pretty rad.
Yeah. But I knew that you would be a good person to have on.
Yeah. Are you gonna call this episode "Democrats Rock"?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Maybe we probably will call it Democrats Rock.
I wonder who will know it's a sarcastic title.
I think they'll figure out pretty quick.
Yeah.
I think they'll figure out pretty quick. But yeah, man, I knew that you would be a good person to have on for this because I know that
that would be so funny. Just someone like Democrats rock. Ooh, what's this?
They're like, that's what I've been saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this podcast gets it.
This sounds
Jakin.Off.
Yeah.
This podcast called Jakin.Off.
Yeah.
They get the Dems.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate you coming on and talking about this stuff with me.
I appreciate you giving me a platform.
There's not many that I would trust.
I'm invited onto very few podcasts these days.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you.
I'm a little bit of a.
That's what happens.
I guess you could say I'm a little bit of a renegade.
That's what happens when you try
rogue.
to speak out against anti-Semitism.
Yeah. Well, the revolution.
Yeah.
You know, the revolution is not going to happen at the ballot box. You know.
Yeah.
All
the
right?
Baileys will not be silenced.
The revolution. The revolution starts on Threads.
Dude, I love the idea of Chuck Schumer like suddenly, dude, the political winds start changing and people do get more radical, and he's like, yeah, it actually turns out that the Baileys did that too.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, actually the Baileys joined a worker co-op also.
Someone gave the Baileys someone gave the Baileys a Michael Parenti book, I guess, and it's just completely ruined them.
Yeah, we've reached the end. Do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah.
the reason I'm here.
Yeah, the reason for the season.
Yes.
We got to give you the Jakin.Off bump.
Yeah. So I've got a talk show starting. It's like a late night style talk show starting September 17th, and this is coming out like a couple days before
We
that.
do next Thursday.
No, that'll be
That
after.
is Thursday. Or no, wait, no, it's a Wednesday.
Yeah, so it's going to be coming out this Thursday then.
Wait, really?
It'll have to be.
Yeah, because
in order to plug it.
Shit, dude, my bad.
Dude, I don't have to plug it.
No, it's perfect. We can do it, no problem. We're just like quite ahead, but yeah, Brett, you're gonna have to crank
I'll have
this
to move
one.
things around.
Sorry, dude.
That's
I didn't
fine.
realize. I was thinking that it was like 3 weeks from now.
I mean, no, you were scheduled for. This was going to be the last episode of September, but that's going to be 2.5 weeks.
I'm really sorry.
You don't have to.
No, it's okay. Plug your thing. Plug it. Plug it.
We're here now. People
All
are
right.
hearing
Mom
this.
and Dad are fighting, and you're gonna plug your podcast.
And this is coming out on September 11th now, by the way.
This is coming out on 9/11. That's actually rules. This is a good 9/11 episode. I think I said that it was 9/11 earlier in the episode too, and I was just making a joke because it's September. Wow. Okay, Aaron, you want to give me a clap really quick?
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
And we're back. It's 9/11. Aaron, where can people find you? Tell them what you got going on. Tell them where they can find you.
Instagram bad.aaron.scarbrough. And I've got a show coming up called Judgment Day with Aaron Scarbrough, and it's like a late night style talk show where I interview people.
You dunk on landlords.
Yeah, we have a segment on the show called
Yeah.
Landlord Spotlight,
Yeah.
where we're going to just we're going to show appreciation for some of the special landlords in our lives.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, a thankless job, truly.
Yeah, I mean seriously, I tip my landlord.
Yeah.
I send him an extra $20 every month.
Yeah.
I'm like, keep up the good work. They're like, we're a company.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, can you make sure this gets to the guy at the top? Then? Yeah.
Well, let's just say the CEO deserves a little bonus this month because my toilet did not clog or something. I don't know. Yeah, make sure you check out Aaron's show, Judgment Day, September 17th. You're listening to this on September 11th. That gives you 6 days. That's 5 days of mourning, and then 2 days to get your tickets to Judgment Day.
It's at the Ship as
It's at
well?
the Ship. The Ship.
The Ship in Kansas City.
A hip place called the Ship. It's quite hip.
And you have bands too, right?
Huh?
You have a band?
Yeah, there's a band playing. They're called Honey. They're a local
Yeah.
hardcore band that are very good and very affordable.
Yeah.
So,
Very affordable.
I'm looking
You're
forward
gonna
to it,
be talking
honestly.
to some artists.
yeah, painters. One painter, Madeline Bryce. She's great. And then this guy named Kevin Heckert, who he like rewires like Furbies and like Billy Big Mouth Bass shit.
Oh, that rules.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. It's gonna be good, and I might as well just say this now, even though I will have not officially announced this, but I booked for the October edition. I have already booked Mike DePasquale from
Are you
Mike's Got This
serious?
to be interviewed by
No
me.
way, dude.
Yes,
and
that's
you're
the big
telling us that
surprise.
here?
This is a
On
Jakin.Off
9/11?
exclusive?
I just want to. I know that people are like they're doing a lot today. They're having
Man,
a moment
Whoa,
of silence.
you dropped it on us
Yeah.
in real time.
I feel like
Yeah.
a third tower just fell, dude.
Well, I mean,
wish I would have known it was 9/11 this whole time.
Yeah.
9/11 came early, dude. You dropped the bomb on us.
Mm-hmm.
You really flew a plane into the building that was my day.
Right.
That's so awesome. I'm really happy for you. You got Mike DePasquale.
Yeah.
What are you gonna? Well, I'm not gonna ask you that.
I mean,
you guys should go to the show. I'll be
People
there
have a lot of
when Mike's
questions
there.
about Michael. I call him Michael.
Yeah.
But,
He's like, please stop calling me Michael.
Yeah.
You're like,
Okay,
"No."
Mikey.
You're like,
Yeah.
all right, Michael.
but no, I mean, we've been talking in the comments for a lot,
Oh, I've
ever
seen
since
that,
the
yeah.
beginning. And then one of the producers of the show ran into him at a bar.
Wow.
And so he was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you know that comedian guy? He wants to interview you." And then so he got me in the door.
Damn.
Which he's a busy guy, you know. See, Mike, the thing that you need to know about Mike DePasquale
Yeah.
is that He's a simple man.
Yeah.
All right. But that's just because he likes brevity. Mike's
Yeah.
got this.
Yeah.
His signs on the internet or on the highways and whatnot are just like it's a blue, white, and blue rectangle in sans serif font. It says Mike's got this, and I think that just speaks for Mike's character because like the Jungle Law people, they have all this like extra crazy shit.
We're fighting lions.
Mike takes the time that would be required to come up with high concept shit like that, and he gives it back to the clients.
Yeah, exactly. He saves money in advertising so that he can keep his costs low.
Yeah, and so that he can be omnipresent. I guarantee there is some Mike's got this thing facing us right now within like a block.
You throw a rock in Kansas City and you're gonna hit one of his fucking
Yeah,
things.
you're gonna hit a bus that says Mike's got this.
And
dude, every time I get on the bus, I'm a bus rider. I ride the bus.
Hell yeah.
And anytime I get on the bus that has Mike's got this on there, I tell the bus driver, I say, will you say thanks to Mike for me? Will you please tell Mike DePasquale thank you for the ride?
Here's an extra $5 just for Mike.
Yeah, I know that we're not paying for the fares yet, but that's coming back soon. But I just want you to give this $5 to Mike for me.
I don't know. I kind of would like to see him interpreted as the Scorpion King. I think that could be a good look for him. Personally.
The Scorpion?
Yeah,
Where
so
did
he
that
could
come from?
So he
I don't know the Scorpion. I don't know the
Jungle Law guy.
You're bringing up spin-offs of the Mummy right now?
I don't even know what
the Scorpion King was in Mummy Returns.
Wait,
I have no idea.
Well, there's a Scorpion King movie, right?
Yeah,
and that's
but
a spin-off of
the Scorpion King for the Mummy Returns.
All right.
Dwayne's appearance as the Scorpion King. Come on.
I think someone needs a nap.
Yeah, make sure you check out Aaron's show, Judgment Day, and follow him, bad.aaron.scarbrough. There will be a link in the description. That's what we're doing nowadays. So go click the link. And as always, you can follow this podcast on Instagram at j.o.pod. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit a subscribe. Hit a like, hit a subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell us what you think about the Dems. We're curious to know. Is it that they are bad, or do you love them and you're not going to listen to this podcast anymore? I hope it's not that. But if it is, I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you walk away.
Yeah, and you should check out Pod Save America if that's the case. 'Cause you would love those guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it, Brett. Anything else you want to say? You want to bring up the Scorpion King again, dude?
Well, fuck. Then if that's the case, nah, that's it for me.
All right. Thanks so much for listening to the episode.
Won't you
I love you guys.
off on me?
I love you. Bye-bye.